Good morning, everyone. Namaste. Nice to see you all. You all look so beautiful today. Everyone. Aura, I like you with your glasses on. Very nice. And Sushil, I like your hairdo. Very nice. Right? A little bit my style. I also have. Only you have more hair than me, see? It's looking nice. What are you laughing about, Aura?
It's like when I don't wash my hair, they look nice.
Oh, I was talking about Sushil hair, not yours.
Oh,
But I was talking about your glasses that I liked very much. All right. What do I want to share with you this morning? Something I was feeling in my early morning meditation today, which is this. We live a life in balance between, we could say, an outer world and an inner world. Or at least we try to live it in balance. The outer world needs most of the time our contribution and needs doing and needs our action, isn't it? Otherwise, things don't happen in the outer world. They happen because we do something to make them happen, right? So if I need money to buy my lunch, I have to usually do something to get that money, because I can't just sit and wait that it's going to rain from the sky, right? Or maybe I can find a field with some nice fruit trees and go pick some apples and peaches and cherries. Now it's cherry season. Yesterday I picked some really good cherries from a tree. Yum, 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 yum. But even that, I have to do that, no? I have to do something. I have to go pick the fruit. And then I have to put it in my mouth. So still, there is some doing needed. In the inner world, in the inner journey, it's the opposite. The less we do, the deeper we can go. So it's exactly the opposite, isn't it? The more we do, every doing that we do when we go inward, it becomes an interference, actually. So the deeper spaces are touched when we are in a space of non-doing, a space of stillness, inner stillness, and a space of emptiness. So it's an interesting life because we somehow have to find the middle point, no? Between these two dimensions. Actually, it's nice because we get to practice both. We get to practice doing and manifesting through our doing. And we get to practice non-doing and another form of manifesting through non-doing. the balance is somewhere in the middle to live our life. If we live our life in the world, we surely need to deal with the world and be active in certain ways. We need to manifest things on a material level. But if we do only that, if we are just the doer and we just do, and it's a life full of doing, that brings also a lot of anxiety, stress, eventually frustration, not related maybe to the outer world, because in the outer world you are manifesting maybe all that you wanted, but something is missing inside. No, so there's going to be, eventually it's going to be a deep frustration felt inside. Vice versa, if we just stay in a non-doing and we go deeper and deeper inside, and we do only that, we probably won't be able to survive physically. In fact, somebody did it. And like one example is Ramana Maharshi, that he went so deep inside of himself that basically he ended up in a little cave on a mountain, Arunachala, completely blissed out. And his body was rotting away after a few months. And luckily, a woman found him. I don't know why she had to go to this cave, but she found this young man and realized this guy is blissed out and is dying at the same time. So she actually took him out and took it under her wing and started caring for his body and bringing him food and water and all the things that he needed. And so that's the other extreme, right? So obviously, we have to find the middle point, the balance between these two. Because it's the life and the society we live in, it's very outward oriented. We are usually more into doing than non-doing. Yeah. So in our practice, we need to, I think for most of us, we need to practice more the space of emptiness. Anytime there is a project on the outside, it's very exciting, no? Especially for the egoic mind, but not only. It's like, wow, something is happening. I have something to look forward to. There's a project, and we fell in love. It can be also a relationship project. I fall in love with this person, and then I fall in love. No, but I fall in love with that person, and then every time it's like, this is the person of my life. Or it can be, this is a project of, that is going to make me really happy. This is so important. There is always something that we look for that stimulates us in going forward and looking forward to something, that is potentially happening in an hypothetical future. And that keeps us going. But the deepest places inside of us are touched when maybe that project fails, or maybe that relationship collapses or ends. I don't know if you noticed, but oftentimes the deeper places in ourselves are touched in these moments of when everything fails, everything falls apart. It's almost like we build up we build this energy around something, you know, and then it falls, it fails, and suddenly all this energy can only, the only place where it can go is back to the source, back to the center. And so in moment of great, sometimes despair even, or frustration, or where you feel you are a failure, or you feel, oh shit, it didn't work, you know, this relationship also didn't work. Those are the moments where sometimes we touch the deeper places in ourselves. Because we're suddenly empty, you know. Until then we were filled with our projection, our hope, our desires, our excitement, you know, for a project or for a person, whatever it is. And suddenly we're empty again. And when we're empty, yeah, imagine an empty cup. Then existence can pour its divine juice inside the cup. But if the cup is full, there's no space to receive. There's no space for existence to pour itself into. So these spaces that we sometimes describe or define or judge as negative, this sense of emptiness, is actually something to be cherished in our practice. My master used to say, be like a hollow bamboo so that life can blow its, through his breath, life breath can create a song through you. The bamboo has to be empty like a flute, no? A bamboo flute. If the bamboo is empty, then existence can blow its song through you, but you need to be empty. There's also a nice little Zen story. You probably heard it. Some of you heard it, I'm sure, of this really, really devoted seeker, and very passionate about finding the truth. And he's been reading all the important scriptures. He had been with many masters. And then he heard about this Zen master that was living on the mountain. So he went to visit him. And he said, Master, I'm here because I've been searching, and I've been to so many masters, but still haven't found the key. I haven't found truth. And I hope that you might be able to teach me something that I'm missing. And the master looks at him and he goes like, okay, let's have a cup of tea. The guy goes like, okay. Well, I was here to, I was hoping that you would tell me something. He said, let's have a cup of tea, says the master. So they sit down, and the master puts out 2 cups, and it pours a little bit on his, and then he starts pouring the tea on the cup of the other guy. And the cup is filling, and the tea reaches the top of the cup, and the master keeps pouring. Yeah, he doesn't stop. So the tea starts overflowing all over the cups and over the table. And the guy goes like, Master, the cup is full. What are you doing? And the master said, well, let's see. That's exactly how you are in this moment. Whatever I will give you is not going to go in because you're full. You're full with your desire to find truth. You're full with your ideas, with your projections. There's nothing I can give you because even if I give you something, it won't be received. And the same with existence. Existence is always here. We are in it. always ready to pour itself in us, through us, but we are too full. So those moments where everything fails, actually there is a nice book, I don't know if you read it, it's called When Everything Falls Apart by Pema Chodron, which is a Buddhist nun. It's a very nice book, When Everything Falls Apart. Good book to read. Those are the precious moments to be cherished, and watch what happens. Sometime, when you might be in the depth of despair because something you lost, or something failed, or some hope has gone. That's when you're the most empty. That's when you start, if you allow it, then when you start really to feel and perceive existence, the vibrational existence of the divine. And it starts entering in you because there is space. Yeah. So the cup is empty. When the cup is empty, existence pours its tea, its divine tea in you. But not before. Well, before too, but there's no space to receive it. It cannot be received. Existence is always pouring, actually. It's always pouring, but we're full. There's no space to receive. So these qualities for the inner dimensions of waiting, of non-doing, being empty, stillness, are very important. As much as in the outer world, doing, moving, projecting, planning, those are things that might be necessary or useful in the outer world. So we have to find the middle point, as Buddha used to call it. The way is the way of the middle path. Because we live in the world, but it's definitely not our main focus or our main interest. It's just something to learn from, to practice. But there's much more that we're interested in. And so we need to find a balance between those two, between these different qualities. And above all, remember to cherish the moments where, for whatever reason, you feel empty, you feel an emptiness. And vice versa, when you're super excited and very energized by something that is stimulating you, it's good, but remember that too will pass, that too will change. Don't get attached to it. Even in the outer world, don't get attached to things. Everything is impermanent in the outer world anyway. So if you're not, it's beautiful to enjoy that energy, that enthusiasm, that creative energy sometimes also that is just outpouring. It's beautiful. But remember to be ready to let go of it any moment. It's beautiful to fall in love with somebody and to feel your heart expanding and all juiced up and feel, wow, this person is really stimulating and triggering this love that I know it's in me, but suddenly it feels like it's flowing towards this person for whatever reason. You know, there is a synchronicity or whatever. Beautiful. Enjoy that. But remember not to get attached to that person, because this person will also go the same way it appeared in your life. It will go. Remember that love you feel, it comes from you. It's already there. It's just projected towards this other person. And when that person is gone, that love is still there. So that's important. Non-attachment is also very important, because it allows us to go back to emptiness any moment. So our days should be like a swing, like the swings that children play with, you know. We swing from action to non-action. Every moment that happens, in many, if you look in a micro vision, you can see that too. We go from the present moment to the future, back to the present, sometimes to the past, back to the present. Isn't it? Even our thoughts move in that way, isn't it? So if I get attached to the future, and it's like, oh no, this thought is way, I want this to happen, and it's so exciting. Okay, good. But don't get attached to it, because if you don't get attached to it, you allow that thought to fade away and you come back to the present. Yeah, same way. If you really look, it's always happening. So non-attachment is a really also important quality to keep in mind. Because if you're not attached, you allow yourself any moment to let go of everything and be empty again. When we get attached to a thought, for example, that's what makes that thought propel itself, and go on and on and on, right? The more attachment and the more identification we pour into that particular thought, that belief, whatever it is, that keeps going until we are able to detach. In our practice, we do it through observation. Go back to remember, oh, here I am. I'm the one observing the thought, and the thought is there, and there is a separation, and we're able to let go of the thought. So that's the way to let go of that attachment we had for that particular thought. And back to the present moment. Go back to emptiness. Go back to non-doing. Because thinking is a doing too, isn't it? So yeah, even in our inner exploration, we encounter this play, this balance between moving and not moving, thinking and not thinking, mind and no mind. Fullness, excitement, and stillness and emptiness. So remain not attached. Enjoy whatever is happening, but don't get attached to it, both on the inner and on the outer world. Then we remain fluid, and we allow for this swing, go to the periphery, back to the center, back to the periphery, back to the center. We cannot live always on the periphery, and we cannot live only in the center. We said that in the beginning, right? So it's a constant moving from one to the other. It's like a heartbeat. The heart is like that too. It contracts and expands, contracts, expand, contracts. The breath is like that. right? We breathe in, we expand, we breathe out, the lungs go like they fill and they empty. It's the pulse of the universe itself. So keep that in mind. That while you're swinging on one, it's like a pendulum. When you swing on one end, you're just gathering momentum to swing back to the other side. You cannot stay only, the pendulum cannot stay only on one side, otherwise it would stop, right? And somewhere in the middle, we do stop. When we stop in stillness and emptiness, we do stop. But as far as manifestation and object experiences, the world, remember that everything is impermanent. So to get attached to anything, including a person or a project or a desire or whatever it is, it's bound to bring some frustration. And it's bound to limit your capacity to go back to emptiness, which is your true nature. Of course, we do get attached. That's okay. Then be aware that you're getting attached. See it for what it is, knowing that, okay, there's attachment, what to do. Don't get attached to attachment, at least. Yeah. That's plenty, yeah? Plenty of stuff to consider and let it sink in. For all of us, me included. Yeah. So how about we sit a little bit together and we let it sink in. When you're ready. Find a comfortable position to sit. And when you're ready, just close your eyes. Allowing all this energy to be directed inwards now. Moving more into the dimension of sensing and feeling. And observing. Starting by sensing your body. Feeling the weight of the body on the chairs or on the cushion or on the floor. Let yourself sink down. Let your body relax and allow this pull of the earth to happen by relaxing more. Grounding yourself into this place. Allowing all parts of the body to relax downward. Remember that every little tension is fighting gravity. So relaxing tensions is allowing gravity. Let the gravitational pull, let that earth energy fill your body, especially your belly. Make sure your belly is relaxed. Make sure your diaphragm is relaxed. You will notice the more you relax, the more your breathing gets a little deeper. And after a while, you might see that you're breathing in your belly. Maybe not in this moment, or maybe yes. But if not, in a little while, the more you relax, the more your breathing also will lower its gravitational center downward. And every in-breath will start moving your belly as well. And when your belly is relaxed, you can feel the connection with the earth. Feel grounded in your belly, connected with the earth. It gives a nice sense of stability when we can be in our belly in that way. A sense of stability, and it's peaceful and grounded. It allows you to be really here in this place, in the here. When you're completely here, you're also in the now, in this moment. Becoming aware of a slight pull upward on the top of the head. If you can't feel it, you can imagine it. Sky energy, uplifting. Again, the balance is in the middle between these two forces. Levitation and gravitation. Right in the middle. It's our center. Right in the middle is the balance. Right in the middle is our inner space. We cherish that emptiness, that quality of emptiness of this space when it's there. Allow it to be. Let yourself rest in that quality of emptiness when it's there. Remember that the more you allow yourself to be empty, the more connected you become to the whole, to existence. And the more existence can pour itself in you. So be empty anytime you can. Cherish that emptiness. Enjoy it. Anything else that is experienced in this inner space, we just observe it. We observe any experience while it happens without getting attached to it, so that it can be released when the time comes easily. And that will allow us to go back to that emptiness, empty space. So you can enjoy an experience while it happens. At the same time, be ready to let go of it any moment. so that you can go back towards the source. From where everything arises. Allowing sounds to take you back to the present. And slowly coming back to the group. How did the sitting go? Or how is your practice going in these days? Yeah, Rafa.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So it was surprising me. So it's something that's happening in my life, but I didn't recognize it. My son is 22 and is getting to be a cook.
Yeah. Chef.
Chef, yes. And he will have in 2 weeks his exam, and he love it. He loves to cook. He
Nice.
love it. And he will be at September in Amsterdam. I'm living in Germany. In Amsterdam, in a very great restaurant, and they really cook like he loves. And he will stay there for some months, and he will try also to stay there. Oh, empty.
Big let go for you, huh?
Empty. And it's really funny because he was travel through the world. He was making 1 year in America, but now he's a man.
Yes.
He go.
He's ready.
And I let him go. And it's good to feel this emptiness, but there is a lot of sadness or pain.
Yes.
And to accept this and to cherish the little Rafa. She will miss him. Permettere, allow me to love him and to be in contact with him. So it's not just the project are coming and go, but the project and people, a relationship changing.
Yes.
And I was feeling this sadness, and it was good. And after this sadness was love there.
Yeah.
This was
exactly. Beautiful.
And now I know how can that I can give place in these days to stay in this process, because doing yes, you will go, oh, happy Amsterdam, that's great. But also to give place to this. Thank you.
Yes, beautiful. Exactly. It's so simple in a way now to just, it's all about seeing, perceiving, feeling, let it be the way it is. There is sadness, let yourself feel the sadness. And the more you allow, the more eventually you fall into love. It's almost like love is always there with its arms ready to catch you wherever you fall. It's going to catch you. But you have to let yourself fall. You have to let go. And that's beautiful. Yeah, when as we were saying before, when we are ready to let go of that attachment, no, for a person or an object or a project, whatever it is, then the reward is that first that sense of emptiness, and then out of that emptiness comes a lot of love too. Very nice. I think it's every mother's experience, isn't it? The depth of love and the depth of letting go of that. But you don't let go of the love. That's the beautiful thing. You just let go of your attachment. You don't let go of love. And the more you let go of the attachment, the more love there is. That's a beautiful reward too. Yeah, thank you for sharing that, Rafa.
Thank you.
Yeah. It's like that. Something more to be shared? Yeah, Abhilasha.
Yeah, now I'm now in the middle of, I have an exhibition tomorrow, and I'm in the middle of all the paintings and the thing, and so, but I really enjoyed to sit and to
Yes.
see, really to go deeper, because I miss this then so much, this doing.
Yes.
And this whole week was already that, so we have to do this. And I know I have to do now at 12 o'clock, somebody comes to pick it up.
Yeah.
But I wanted to sit, so I'm very happy that it is just this balance, what is there missing? Huh?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
That's a great thing. Even in the midst of the excitement and in the midst of the action, and can be an action that maybe I've been waiting for a long time. So it's really exciting, no?
Yes, because it was postponed. Last year we would do it, and then it was postponed because of this COVID, and suddenly we have more space. But now,
yeah. I know that feeling. But so to have that enough space to remember, okay, just stop for a few moments. Just come back to center.
Yeah.
And then you are more balanced when you go out again. You have more to give. It's so important. Yeah.
And then I have a big frustration to do everything.
Mm-hmm.
So and it is also balance. I feel also it's also needed, because with the other you get bored also. I can't live only to go in and in and in.
Right.
So I need this also.
Absolutely.
But to recognize it, that is to own it, that it is okay, that I can relax in it and not to fight it, because I feel then this kind of frustration. No, I don't paint anymore because this.
Yes, exactly. If you go too much to the doing side, then you lose your creativity, because the actual source of creativity is from inside, from that stillness. That's why all creativity, true creativity, comes from silence. It's an overflowing of that silent space inside of you that gets expressed. But if you just do, soon enough, your creativity will just wither away. So you have anyway always to go back to source, to even to feed, to nourish that creativity. Yeah, true.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you for sharing that. Yeah. Very true. Something else? Samaya, did you want to say something? I don't know. I had a feeling before that you were like, maybe there is something to be said, maybe not.
You read in my mind.
No, I read your face. Your
Oh,
face is very
Oh.
expressive.
It's not easy because I am understanding right now, and I have another kind of attachment.
Another kind of attachment.
Yes, Rafa was telling about the song.
Your voice is a little soft. Ti sentiamo poco.
Oh. It's better?
Yeah, much better.
Okay. Rafa was speaking about her son,
Yeah.
and I think it's an attachment, but it's a good attachment because it's a love. I have another kind of attachment, and in this last year, I understood a lot of things about my connection with the outer world, and I understood that I don't want it anymore, and I like it, and I can't share this kind of things that I must live to have money enough to buy my lunch about what you're saying before.
Yeah.
And this is an attachment because I understand that when I'm in the outer world, all these things, it's like absorb all my energies, all my forces. And when I get home in the afternoon, I have no more energy to go inside. It's an attachment. It's a bad thought that I don't know how to explain it, but I'm feeling it very, very deeply. It takes all my energies.
Yeah.
I have no forces.
Mm.
I arrive at home in the afternoon and I am wow.
Yeah.
I understand that it's an attachment. I think.
Mhm.
No.
You mean there is an attachment to what you're doing?
No, it's like thinking that I can't go deeper because I am busy with these things.
Oh, I see. That's an attachment to that idea.
It's a bad conviction. Yeah, a bad idea because it's not real. This is the important thing, and this is I know that this is my way.
Yeah.
But all the outer world it absorbs me.
Yes.
It takes me
Yes.
out.
Yes, yes, yes. Yeah. It's like your priority has been put on the wrong side of the spectrum.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, exactly.
Yeah, like
And I think that non sono lucida, non riesco ad
Mm.
essere abbastanza lucida per affrontare questa cosa. Sorry if I speak Italian, but it's not easy for me to explain in English.
Yeah, she said I can't feel present and sharp enough to see where I'm at. Yeah. Yeah, that happens. And it doesn't matter if what you do is something that, you really love, like Abhilasha now loves her paintings, and yet can get so absorbed in organizing this thing that she gets lost too, Or you might be absorbed in doing something you don't like. It doesn't matter. It's the same thing. At the end, you feel depleted because you're only going out. Out, 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 out. Then you go back home and you're like, oh, I'm so tired now. I want to sleep.
Yeah.
Or maybe you go for a walk. Yeah.
And the worst thing I think is that I am I'm isolating myself
Mm-hmm.
because I can't find useful to go out because I don't like what is outside.
Yeah, you don't find a
Also,
reason to go
this
out.
pandemic, yes, because also this pandemic atmosphere
Mm.
that doesn't help me.
Yeah,
And so I prefer to stay alone. I go out, I go on the mountain, I go in the forest, but I always go alone because I don't feel useful to go outside with other people. And I know this is not a good thing.
yeah.
I feel
Well,
really connected when I'm with you and I'm with our Sangha,
yeah,
and I feel this is really nourishing me. But out in the outside world, I can find more something that is useful for me.
yes, yes,
It's not a good moment.
yes, yeah. It's good. I mean, a lot of people are in this. I'm sure many people can feel the same way. There's very, very little nourishment out there. And so it's even more important to find nourishment, of course, within and with people that are on the same frequency. We were talking about frequencies a couple of weeks ago, but which is not always easy to find them. When you find them, hang in there, hang with them, go with the people you resonate with, because that is nourishing, and only that is nourishing. Otherwise, the rest, when you're with people that you don't resonate, it's okay. We all share the same world, the same society, but there's nothing there. It's kind of flat, or if anything, it takes away energy from you sometimes. So we have to be very also very clear of where we want to go and where we don't want to go in the way we relate with people. We don't want to be drained of our energies. We want to be nourished, if anything, no? So go only with people that you feel nourished with. And the rest, okay, if you have to do it, maybe you work in the same office, it's okay, but keep it to that, and you know that your nourishing place is somewhere else. Yeah, it's like that. But eventually, it's all going to fall in places, Amaya. We're going to fall in the right place.
I hope.
Yeah. In the meanwhile, we can only grow in awareness. That's what we can do. Let your awareness grow of everything, even being aware that you don't have energy, doesn't matter. That's also awareness. Accept it.
Yeah, I feel like my cup of tea is full of
Yeah.
these things that I don't need.
Yes. That's a very good thing you just said. The cup is full of things that I don't need. Wow, beautiful. It's like that. How much of the stuff that is in the cup is really, really needed? It's essential. How much of it is essential? And how much is just fluff that doesn't have much meaning, no? But somehow the society has created this belief system that we need all this fluff. Do I really need it? Last week we were talking about that, I think with Abhilasha, simplify your life. We were talking about simplifying, which is another way to say empty your cup. Simplify, get rid of all that is unnecessary. Empty your cup. Yeah. And yeah, be aware, really observe, in the next days and weeks. Keep observing what is filling your cup. And is it really important? How important it is to you? Is it something that is like aligned with yourself in a way or not? And if it's not, see if you can let go of it. So going back to a more essential space with less, but more. There's less things, but more quality, more presence, more joy eventually, more energy too. Sometimes we associate being empty with having no energy, but it's the other way around. Actually, allowing yourself to be empty, it can bring a lot of energy. Yeah, great. Thank you, Samaya, for that sharing. It's very nice. Okay. Jan, I haven't heard from you in a long time. Do you have something to share, even just like a few words from your wisdom couch?
Yes, I was missing the last 2 weeks. Things have been very busy and going very good with it. So, yeah, I really enjoy participating here again. It's really great to to be present with you online, and it's a lot of energy.
It's nice to have you back.
Yes.
Yeah. So sometime me and Jan, we meet Mandali, no?
Yeah.
By the way, I'll be there again I'll be there in July, beginning of July, and then towards the end of August. If anybody is around, okay, I can't tell you the dates. Rafa's getting all excited. Hold on. July 6th to the 11th, I'm there, Mandali, and then August 22nd to the 27th, I'll be there. So when I'm in Mandali, I'm just one of the teachers that puts this program together, and the program is not only meditation for you to know in case you've never been there, but there's meditation. Usually we start meditation in the morning. Then there is a yoga class, then there's breakfast, then there is sometimes there is Qigong, then there is another yoga in the afternoon, then there is another meditation with me in the evening. So I have 2 sessions a day. And there is a program in the middle, and you can do or not do, what's happening. There's also big nature. You can go for a walk. There's a wonderful spa. There's a heated pool you can swim in. It's like a 5-star, very nice place to pamper yourself. Let's put it that way. And it's not too expensive for what it offers, and the quality, I think it's very reasonably priced, actually. Fantastic food, vegetarian food. So, and that's in the north of Italy on Lago d'Orta. Very nice place. So, okay. If anything else wants to be shared, this is the time. Otherwise, we can close it. Okay. So I will see you next Friday. Looking forward to that. All right, let's go back to kisses.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Hi.
Namaste.
Ciao.
Nice to be with you.
Thank you so much.